What I'm about to say is not necessarily good for me or my analytics, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you to go listen to Tortoise Media's episode of Prince William and Rupert Murdoch Secret Agreement, and then come back and listen to this. It's such a great example of finding a thread, pulling it, and seeing where it leads. In this case, the thread comes from Prince Harry's court case against News Group. Here are some thoughts on the podcast. First of all, the heart of the podcast, why they are doing this episode, is this.
It seems to me that Prince William's future subjects should know these things. We ought to know, for example, if Prince William has signed a deal which prevents him from saying certain things, or if he settled, in part, for positive coverage in newsgroup titles, or if he's agreed not to criticize newsgroup titles.
This is another piece in a bigger puzzle that we've seen over a growing call to have transparency when it comes to the British royal family and their finances, particularly if it may impact how they interact with certain business entities or media outlets. So the one production issue I have with this podcast is they start off with one argument that it seems like they're going to run with and end on a different one that I think is decidedly way more interesting. So if you go on the hypothesized timeline that William made an agreement with Murdoch and News Group in 2020, then it would make sense to look at the Royal Foundation and different grants that they received from 2020. That's Kate and William's charitable foundation. It has Earthshot and Early Years, which are very close to the hearts of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, respectively. And what he finds is if the rumored £1 million is what William received, then it looks like it was earmarked through the Royal Foundation for 3/4 of it to go to Earthshot, the prize for Earthshot, which again only started in 2019, and the rest of it to Early Years. And this is the argument they start to make that thankfully they abandon, in my opinion. The smoking gun is that a climate change denier, Rupert Murdoch, helped fund the Earthshot prize in 2020, which I don't think we see the payoff. If this is all true, then yeah, it's good that the money went to charity. I don't see a problem with that. I don't think this leads us anywhere. What I found far more interesting is that they were able to get their hands on a template of what settlements with celebrities typically look like with News Group. And there are 3 benchmark items that are in all of these settlements. And again, we don't know if this is Prince William's settlement, if his differed from the norm from celebrities, but it's just a thing to keep in mind. Here are the commitments that News Group makes. 1, it won't publish or use any information that is obtained unlawfully. 2, News Group won't continue to unlawfully access the claimant's voicemails and won't continue to unlawfully access the claimant's private information in general. 3, News Group covers some or all of claimant's legal costs. Baked into that is that they won't admit their guilt, although some of these commitments kind of seem like you're admitting your guilt. And remember, a larger thread here from News Group is that the problem was News of the World. They've never admitted that there was any unlawful information gathering at The Sun. But if someone is willing to settle for that, it kind of makes you wonder if phone hacking and all of that illegal information gathering that apparently was done after News of the World closed is still going on. Kind of feels like it is. It is. I will say this part had me spinning in an entirely different direction with a timeline that I've worked on that I will share at some point. It's going to be tight. It's going to be good. It's going to be clear because it's going to make some people mad. I'm not going to tell you how it ends because I think it is worthwhile to listen to the entire thing and listen for yourself. I cannot do it justice the way the script lays it out. Fantastic investigative journalism. I love these pieces that are able to spend the time and money really digging into things that the rest of the media misses, whether it's because they don't want to report on it or because they simply don't have the time, the budget, the manpower, etc. They also have an excellent series on the Second Elizabethan Age. This was such a good listen leading up to the coronation of King Charles. Chock full of information. I definitely recommend it. If you've already listened to William and Murdoch, let me know your thoughts.